Hi, I'm Jay Goldman, and you are watching Status Update on Butterscotch.com. Today we're going to talk about the massive breach of security that recently happened at Gawker Media, resulted in approximately 1.3 million email addresses and passwords being stolen over the weekend of December 11th, 2010. This affected all of the sites in the Gawker network, so that includes Gizmodo, Lifehacker, Gawker itself, Deadspin, Kotaku, Jezebel, and Valleywag.com. Hackers from a group called Gnosis, or Gnosis, depending on how you want to pronounce it, have claimed responsibility for the hack. They say that they have cracked about a quarter of those total accounts, so the passwords weren't stored in plain text, which would have been really stupid, but they were stored in an encrypted format, and they've been able to crack a whole bunch of them because a whole bunch of them were really obvious. People were using words like password or 12345 as their passwords. The cracked credentials were posted to Pirate Bay for download, so all of those have been leaked. And it was apparently, or so they claim, in retaliation for Gawker being arrogant and for their critical coverage of 4chan's anonymous group, who have been doing all of the hacking against companies that are taking away WikiLeaks access to money and stuff like that. Some of the sites out there like Twitter, LinkedIn, Apple's MobileMe email have forced users whose names appear in the list to change their passwords under the probably very accurate belief that there's a good chance that they're using the same passwords for their actual email system. And this is actually a huge security flaw because once somebody has access to your email, they can go to other sites, do the forgot password on there, and have a password reset sent to them. They've got access to your email, they can click on it and gain access. So that's actually a huge problem. It's in fact how Twitter got hacked a long time ago when they had a massive security leak of their own. So that's really good, proactive security on behalf of those sites that have done that. If you're wondering whether your account was compromised, if you have a commenting account, there's a great tool from Slate Magazine. We'll include a link in the show notes. Obviously, you can click on that and go check it out. You just basically put your email address in. It'll tell you whether your name appears in that list of stolen passwords. I would say, for your own safety, if you've ever registered a commenting account on a Gawker site, you should probably go and change your password in other places. I know that's a bit of a pain. The only exception is if you connected over Facebook Connect to Gawker, which doesn't allow for them to store a password for you anyway, so they won't have had a security breach on those. Now, if you're looking for some tips to get around bad passwords, and I think it's probably a good idea for everybody out there who uses something like a simple word or your last name or the word password, Microsoft actually has a great page for making secure passwords. We'll include a link for that. It's also got a password checker that will tell you how secure your password actually is. So you can check the show notes again. We'll have a link up for that. Myself, in order to get around this kind of problem, I use a password manager like 1Password, which is from a company called Agile Solutions. It's available for macOS, Windows, iPad, iPhone, iPod Touch, so you're pretty much covered across the board unless you use an Android or BlackBerry phone. Those are the only two exceptions right now. What I love about 1Password is it generates really complex random number, letters, punctuation strings of passwords, so they can be, you know, sort of 60 characters long, I think is the limit. Nobody is ever going to hack a password like that. And then the software runs on your computer. It's got browser plugins, so that keeps their passwords one shortcut key away. When you get to a site you want to log in, you just hit the shortcut key. It'll log you directly in. Also syncs through Dropbox so that those passwords are available across all of your devices and can store things like credit card numbers, loyalty programs, software keys, all that kind of stuff. Pricing is a little bit complex. You can check the pricing page there. It's sort of like $40 for a single Mac user, $70 for a family of 5. There's a discounted Windows price because they've just released the Windows version. You can buy a bundle of the Mac and Windows version, and then there's sort of pricing for the iPhone and iPad versions. So go check it out. It's a really great way to store your passwords. Stop using simple words because those are not secure. It's more secure for you to use a really complicated word and stick it on a sticky on your screen at home than it is for you to use a really simple dictionary word that can get hacked really easily. If you had a Gawker Common account, go and change your password everywhere else just to keep your email safe, and you should be okay. Don't forget, if you want to register a domain name, you can go to statusupdate.hover.com for 10% off, or use the promo code STATUSUPDATE at checkout, and you will save yourself some money. Thanks for watching. I'm Jay Goldman. This has been Status Update on Butterscotch.com. We'll catch you next time.